Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan, and welcome to another one of my outrageously amazing, insanely enlightening master keys of creation about how to be the unlimited source master of divine creation that you truly are, to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance you desire. You'll find tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate creator on my website at ZaKaiRan.com. So here we go. Nothing matters except your alignment. Nothing matters more than your alignment to source, to who you truly are as source, and who you truly are as the joy, love, well-being, and abundance that you truly are, because your alignment and therefore how you feel are the only things that you have any control over. You do not have any control over external reality, and trying to change external reality to be happy is a disempowered and futile course of action. It's much easier to get into alignment with what you want with joy to attract joyful things to you. In other words, get happy so you can attract happy things. Don't try to get things so you can be happy. Amassing wealth and toys is a temporary drug-like kind of happiness that does not last and ultimately does not make you happy. You're just then addicted to getting more things and more things and more things, which is, of course, the essence of greed. A better approach is to get into alignment with your natural state of joy, love, well-being, and abundance, and get into alignment with your source self and your desires, and then you will be happy regardless of external conditions. Then you don't have to control and manipulate other people and external conditions so that you can be happy. Alignment is the only thing that ultimately will make you happy, because happiness is all you really want in life. And when you are in alignment with your source and your desires, and in alignment with your natural state of infinite joy, love, well-being, and abundance, you are the most content, happy, and fulfilled than anything else imaginable, because you are in alignment with who and what you truly are as source, which is infinite joy, love, well-being, and abundance. And all of the shiny things in life are pale in comparison to the fulfillment that you feel from connection to who you truly are as source, joy, love, well-being, and abundance. And that blows the ship out of the water of the 10,000 concerns that we put so much of our attention on in life. It knocks the shit out of all of the countless socio-political concerns that society wastes so much of their valuable creative time being concerned about and thinking are so important, but are unimportant, completely unimportant. External conditions that no one has any personal control over, and is ultimately none of our business. What anybody else is doing anywhere in the world is none of your fucking business. The worries of the world are none of our business, because we cannot create for anyone else. So our compassion and our concerns for the well-being of others are essentially meaningless, from the standpoint that no one is a victim, because everything is attracted. There's no such thing as assertion. And we have no ability to change that, because there is no assertion. And no one's a victim. And everyone creates 100% of their own realities. They just don't understand that to be true. So we cannot assert our goodwill upon others, just as no one can assert their bad will upon us or others. It feels good to think of people prospering and being happy, but I guarantee it will always feel bad to think of them being victims. So worrying about anyone or anything is a waste of our priceless creative energy, because worry and fear only creates and attracts more things to worry about and be afraid of. So worrying about other people and seeing them as victims just adds fuel to their fire of being victims. So if you want to truly help and empower the so-called victims and the so-called downtrodden of the world, well, then stop seeing them as helpless, powerless, downtrodden victims, because that is a lie. Because there is no such thing as assertion. Therefore, there is no such thing as a victim. And every single experience, every single person has 100% attracted, no exceptions. They just did it unconsciously, not consciously. They did it by witnessing life and experiences and then having an emotional reaction to it, rather than deliberately creating how they want to feel by how they were thinking. So instead of seeing them as helpless, disempowered victims, see them as 100% unlimited, infinite, immortal, empowered creators with the ability to create anything they want in their lives, including an absolutely joyful, abundant, improved life for themselves. See peace and love, not war and hate. Whatever dramas and conflict that they show you on the news, imagine the opposite. See the solution, not the problem. Stop trying to control reality to have a happy response to those changed conditions. That is impotent, futile, disempowered creating. Basically, it's just trying to control external conditions so that you can be happy with those improved conditions, which is a disempowered way to try to live, because you have no control over external conditions. So let go of the programs and beliefs society has taught you that action and control and manipulation are the most important and powerful things that you can do, because they are not. Action alone without divine alignment, without alignment with abundance, is futile, impotent action. Only inspired, aligned action has any power. Aligned action has power because it's fun and has the power of your unlimited source behind it. Or to use an old term, it has God's power behind it. Vibrational alignment first, then aligned, inspired action are the most powerful, fun, and easiest ways to create anything. That's how people create amazing, miraculous things seemingly effortlessly. Action alone is just throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. It's chicken without a head running around the paddock type of creating. You're running around fast, but you're getting nowhere. Alignment to joy, love, well-being, abundance, and unlimited source and infinite creation is the only way to create, because you have access to the unlimited, magical, infinite power of the universe. Headless chicken action of control and manipulation style kind of creating is out. That's a dead horse that keeps getting flogged for millennia, but is never, ever going to get up and become your zombie horse and give you everything that you want. Attraction is instead your new best friend, and action and control alone without any alignment is out. That's dinosaur creating. That's just greedy manipulation and control. Humans don't typically believe in attraction. They typically believe in the lie of assertion. They believe that good things and bad things can be asserted upon them by good or bad forces. They don't understand that assertion is not possible because this is an attraction-based universe, not an assertive one. They don't understand that everyone has the equal power to create anything that they want, and everyone is creating every second of their lives. They're just doing it unconsciously, not consciously. And because they believe in assertion, not attraction, humans are addicted to action to try and get what they want. Instead of attraction, humans believe in group consensus and control through action, through legislation, etc., to try and create pleasing external conditions, or war to try to create peace. Instead of creating what they want, they tend to focus more on what they don't want in a futile attempt to get rid of those unwanted things. Hence why wars still rage on the planet, and we still, punish and incarcerate bad behavior, criminal behavior, even though, ironically, punishment only exacerbates the situation because it just creates more resistance and attracts more bad behavior. It's pretty funny, really. Animal trainers have given up punishment as a way to control behaviors long ago, but humans have not. Animal trainers reward positive behavior, which creates very happy animals that are very willing to do as their owners and trainers desire, because they're not only getting treats, they're also receiving love and affection. Yet we still punish our children for what we consider to be negative behavior, and punish adults for slight errors in judgment in traffic or workplaces. And of course, we punish our so-called criminals, but punishment is never, ever an effective way to create happy, healthy humans. It only breeds resentment and resistance, and just creates and attracts more people with bad behavior that need to be punished and controlled. When humans start rewarding positive behavior and stop punishing negative behavior, there will be practically no crime, and our children will be happy. And us adults will be entirely more happy and less resistant to authority, who are always trying to tell us what we should do and how we should think and how we should believe, etc. And of course, the key is alignment. The chaos in the world and the chaos in people's lives is 100% about people's lack of alignment to who and what they truly are as source, and who and what they truly are as love, joy, well-being, and abundance. Crime is 100% about people's lack of alignment with their true divine power to create what they want, rather than a lack-oriented need to steal what they want. Crime is based on people's erroneous beliefs that they are helpless and powerless to create what they want, and a belief in limitation, that there is a limited supply of wealth and resources and even love, and so we must fight and kill and make deals and agreements and sell our souls, etc., for what we want, and steal what we want, etc. Criminal behavior comes from disempowered people who unconsciously believe they are unworthy, not good enough, helpless, powerless victims. And they are only committing crimes because those acts of aggression feel more empowering than the depression that they feel from feeling unworthy, helpless, powerless, etc. You can't force alignment upon people. You can't punish people into good behavior. Judgment, condemnation, and punishment just sends people farther away from good behavior because they will naturally resist your judgment, because deep down they know there is nothing wrong with them. Deep down, way, way, way unconsciously, they understand that they are empowered, divine beings, source beings. Deep down, they understand that their true essence is joy, love, well-being, and abundance, but that's all hidden by all the crap that they've adopted from society and living in society. And your judgment is the real problem, not their bad behavior. Judgment and punishment just sends people farther away from their alignment to their divine nature as joyful, empowered source beings, because it implies fault and unworthiness and evil, etc., when none of that is true. It's all bullshit. Regardless of what anybody does physically, regardless of who and what they hurt or steal, deep down everyone is source, everyone is love. And there's no victims. There's no such thing as assertion. No one is ever bad or wrong or sinful or evil, no matter what they do, that we have decided that we decide to judge to be evil. There is only extremes of alignment and lack of alignment. There's no such thing as good and bad. No such thing as evil. There's just alignment and lack of alignment. Alignment to love and lack of alignment to love. Alignment to prosperity and lack of alignment to prosperity. And of course, when someone does something that we judge to be evil or wicked or immoral or sinful, etc., well, that's just someone who got out of alignment with who and what they truly are as joy and love, and continued that malalignment momentum to an extreme that drove them to the criminal behavior that we love to judge so much. It's like this. We are all source in human bodies. Who we all truly are is infinite joy, love, well-being, and infinite abundance. But then life on planet Earth and society trains us into believing the opposite, that we are unworthy, sinful, evil, faulty wretches who need to prove our worthiness and purity to other humans and to God, to a judgmental God that really doesn't even exist. And some people spend their lives trying to prove their worthiness and purity, while others say, fuck you, I'll do what I want. Because they know that deep down, they actually have the power to create whatever they want. And no one has the right to tell anybody what to do. I don't care what bad thing they've done. We are taught that we are helpless and powerless, not empowered to create what we want. And there's nothing worse than feeling helpless and powerless. So, some people try to feel better by acting in physically powerful ways, criminal ways, aggressive ways, etc. Vengeful ways, because it feels more empowering than feeling helpless and powerless. Unfortunately, that never really works, because underneath all that bravado is still a scared little child who has had the divinity, the self-worth, beaten out of them. So how can we empower humanity? How can we show others that they are divine and magnificent and fully empowered to create what they want and be happy and prosperous? And how do we show them that all the crap that the society has taught them to believe is all bullshit? Well, number one, lead by example by prospering yourself. Lead by example by getting into and staying in alignment with who and what you truly are as source, and who you truly are as joy and love and prosperity and well-being, etc. To show others that they can do the same thing, that they are those same beings. Get happy and be happy regardless of what anyone else is doing, and show people that they can do the same thing. Be an unconditional lover where you don't judge other people's behavior, which shows people that they, deep down, they are unconditional lovers as well. Show them that Source is an unconditional God, so to speak, not a judgmental kind of God. And we are unconditionally loved no matter what. And number 2, edify the positive and pay no attention to the negative. Or, as the Bing Crosby song goes, you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. You gotta accentuate the positive and latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between. And that advice is how you stay in alignment, because it is impossible to stay in alignment with love, joy, and abundance when you're thinking about hate, sadness, and lack. They are polar opposites, and thinking about negative things that you hate does nothing except make you feel bad and attract more things that you got to feel bad about and hate. And it disconnects you from your own source and your essence of unlimited, infinite joy, love, well-being, and abundance, because your source never ever focuses on unwanted, limited things. And lack-oriented, fear-oriented, limited, judgmental-oriented things are contrary to your natural state of being as a source being of pure, infinite joy and love. So give up all the judgment, which is completely contrary to your unconditionally loving God, Goddess, source nature. The only reason you fall into the old, aggressive, enemy, judgment-oriented trap where you judge and condemn deplorable behavior is because it feels more empowering to resist and judge that behavior than to feel helpless and powerless to control it. But the total truth of the matter is you are 100% helpless and powerless to control external reality and control other people's behavior. So if you don't want to feel powerless, well then stop looking at negative, limited, unethical, and immoral behavior and feeling bad because of it. Just don't look at it. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Because you're not going to be able to look at deplorable, immoral behavior and somehow feel good about it and not judge it. You're never going to feel good looking at bad behavior, so just stop looking at it. And bad behavior doesn't feel bad to look at because it's bad behavior. It feels bad because who you truly are as source is not looking at it and not judging it. Your source only sees the goodness and love and divinity in everyone. It does not ever see fault or sin or immorality or unethical, etc. behavior. If you want to truly be happy and feel empowered and excited and prosperous and healthy, etc., well, you have no other choice but to only think good-feeling thoughts and focus on good-feeling things. That's the absolute master key. Then you're in alignment with who and what you truly are as source. You got to align yourself with goodness, not lack. With abundance, not lack and no doubt and not be aligned with fear and judgment and helplessness and powerless and immorality, which is what you're aligning with when you fall into the judgment trap. The judgment trap disempowers everyone, including you, because you're focusing on a lie. There's nothing wrong with anyone. I don't care what bad thing they've done, what deplorable, evil thing you have judged them to have done. There's no assertion and no victimhood. So, there's nothing to judge. Whoever their so-called victim was, well, they attracted it. The so-called victim attracts the so-called criminal, or the scammer, or the thief, or the murderer, or the genocidal maniac, or the disrespectful person, or the cheater, or the mutineer, etc., etc. And those so-called perpetrators attracted those so-called victims. You can't have one without the other. And perpetrators act in criminal ways because they feel victimized in the first place. And victims attract victims. It's just active victims trying to not be victims by being perpetrators, and passive victims who try to keep their heads down to avoid being victimized, but then attract victimization to themselves because of their fears, which is exactly what Israel has been doing for 80 plus years. The victims have become the aggressors and are now victimizing others to try and keep away being victimized, which is obviously a tangled, self-sabotaging web. The downtrodden victims have become the controlling, vindictive, vengeful aggressors, all to try and keep pain and suffering away. But you can't keep pain and suffering away by being afraid of pain and suffering. You can't keep bad feeling things away because your focus on bad feeling things just attracts more bad feeling things to your life. If you want to create good feeling things, well, you've got to leave all bad feeling things alone and just focus on good feeling things. It's very simple. If you want to be treated nicely, well, you got to treat other people nicely, don't you? If you want more money, well, you can't focus on a lack of money, and there's a limited supply of money, and the cabal is controlling the economy, and rich people are controlling, 90% of all the wealth, bullshit like that, and other limited beliefs about money, and at the same time attract wealth and an abundance of money. It doesn't work that way. You can't attract a gorgeous lover if all you do is complain about your last lover and focus on a lack of lover and judge other people's sexist behavior or judge so-called cheaters and believe that love is hard and relationships are difficult and believe the countless other limited bullshit humanity has taught you about love and sex and attract beautiful, lovely lovers, etc. You can't have a healthy, fit, vital body if all you do is complain about this part of your body and talk about your body's so-called limitations and faults and ailments all the time. You got to believe and see beyond the limited visual conditions of the world and relationships and your body and your health, etc. You got to see and focus upon what you want, not what is actually physically there. If you want to feel good and create what you want. What exists does not matter. It's old news. All that matters is what you want and what you're going to create, not what you have already created. What you and the world have already created is old reality and not worthy of your attention. It's a done deal. It's already been created and therefore it can't even really be changed. The only thing worthy of your unlimited creative power are the dreams and desires that you want to create in your life and that you actually, even want to create in the world. The only thing to ever focus on is what we want, not what we've got. And certainly not what we don't want. That's how you create what you want. You can't get what you want fighting against what you don't want. That only attracts more unwanted things that you have to fight against. There's nothing to fight against anyway, because nothing and no one has any assertive power to stop you from getting what you want. You are the only person who can stop your delicious desires from coming to you. And you do that with your doubts and fears and your faulty beliefs in assertion and victimhood. You block your desires from coming to you with your limited judgments and beliefs in lack and beliefs in conspiracies and beliefs in immorality and corruption, etc., when the truth is none of those things are actually real. They're just the illusions that humans have adopted because they have forgotten their divinity and their unlimited power to create whatever they want. When the truth is everyone is 100% an unlimited, immortal, infinite, divine creator with the full, unconditional power and freedom to create absolutely anything they desire. And so it's your job to know that about yourself and to know it about everyone else and see only that. That's how you stay self-empowered and how you can empower others. That's how you create an amazing, joyful, loving, and abundant life. That's how you become enlightened, as it were, and stay enlightened, as it were, by seeing the world as you want it to be, not seeing it how it is. So, I hope you have enjoyed my vodcast, Nothing Matters Except Your Alignment. And you will now also remember that anytime you want something, before you jump into action and control and try to control the world and control other people to get what you want and act in pleasing ways so people will be happy with you, or you try to get other people to act in pleasing ways so you can be happy, that you will instead get into alignment with that desire first, and then take inspired, fun action from that divine alignment. And this alignment that you should do every day to start your day not only manifests your delicious desires into your life, but more importantly, makes you happy. Because the only reason you want anything is because you believe it will make you happy. So always remember, it's get happy first, and get into alignment with your natural state of joy and happiness, and then this joy will naturally attract happy feeling things into your life that match your joyful, happy vibration. It's not when I get the money and the success and the lover and the fun stuff, well, then I'll finally be happy. No, it's when I get happy, I will attract the money, success, lover, and fun stuff that matches the vibration of my happiness. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please share with your friends. Bless them with these amazing teachings. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my podcast channel, The Master Keys of Creation. Come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for tons more self-empowering goodies to help you become a conscious, deliberate creator of reality. To make all your dreams come true, my name is ZaKaiRan, and I'm here to help you remember that you are an unlimited master of divine creation, and you have the power, the unlimited, infinite power and freedom, unconditional freedom, to create the joy, love, well-being, and abundance you desire. So thanks again for watching this video, listening to this podcast, and I wish you immense fun and adventure and joy and love and excitement on your magnificent journey of divine creation. And remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!